The fallout from last season when Alabama State played Jackson State, I believe for Alabama State homecoming, in which, the two coaches got in the middle of the field where they go ahead, get that hug, say, congratulations, good game, whatever have you. We saw head coach Eddie Robinson Jr. stick that forearm up in there, stick that stiff arm up in Coach Prime Sanders' chest, say, whoa, hold on, Playboy. We ain't about to have this conversation right now. You've been talking a lot of trash about me all week long in this team. And, Coach Deion Sanders, being the marketing guy that he is, thought he was, building up the expense, building up the suspense for everybody to come check this game out. Well, Coach Eddie Robinson didn't take too kind to it. And the thing he said was he hoped he gets to play Jackson State for homecoming next year. Well, next year is now. And you know what? We're going to see exactly how this game is going to turn out because there's a lot more on the line than just a homecoming game for Jackson State. We're going to talk about it right after. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrowland Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all the coming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap me in a friend to tell me to come on in. There's no positive vibe. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what's your thoughts on this thing here? How you think this game's going to go? Well, I'm going to say this. Let me say this first. I want to thank all of you guys for the condolences, the well wishes that you sent myself and my family. Yes, this has been a tough time. Still, trying to get everything together. We're going to bury my dad next week. Some of you have reached out and wanted to get the information as far as where the funeral and all of that's going to be. I'll go ahead and post that information as well. A couple of guys I want to shout out. I want to shout out everybody because I want to say thank you. But these two young men, I got to shout them out because they did something that I didn't expect anybody to do. When you're in this space, you kind of think some of the people that you run across, some you're able to build relationships with, while others, it's just a season where, you guys come in contact, things go the way they go, and then everybody moves on. And that's understood. Like I said, I'm a work in progress myself where I'm continuing to learn how all of this works. But Ken, Clark, and Zoe over at the KC 1400, I want to thank you guys. I saw the show, man. I really appreciate, everything that, you guys had to say about myself. I appreciate you guys for that. Like my dad, he always wanted to make sure that he was able to impact people. He was able to leave that everlasting that everlasting feeling over, individuals when, they come into their presence or, they sit down and talk. And that's something that I want to make sure I continue to keep doing for him. So, Pop, hey, bro, I'm still living it for you, man. I thank you guys for that. I'll get you guys the information as soon as possible. But before I get into that space, I got to make myself laugh before I start going the other way. But guys, we're going to fight through this, man. But check this out. Head coach Eddie Robinson Jr. made it known that he made it known in this game at the press. Coach Robinson was so upset with how everything went down with Deion Sanders. It carried over to the press. Y'all remember the whole thing? We talking about, he ain't swag, I'm swag. that was the craziest thing ever, right? But when I sit there and I look at, I think there was a commercial that they had done where they was talking about the SWAC, and they had all of the different coaches out there talking about the SWAC itself, right? And we haven't seen that commercial much, this year. So I wondered if they're going to rework that commercial and add some other folks in there to redo it and see how everything goes and go from there. But I just sit back and, it's just that pressure just really sticks with me. And, Coach Sanders, being the marketing genius that he is, he's going to go out there and find a way to continue to keep pushing that thing forward because it's hot. And if it's a hot topic, if it's a hot button thing that's going on, he's going to hit it and keep rolling that thing until the wheels fall off. And you know what? Somebody decided they want to come up with a song where they mashed up his press conference, talking about who ain't swag. I ain't sweat. I'm just like, wait a minute, this is a no. But even when they played in the stadium at Jackson State, the feeling that came over the fans and everyone that was in attendance was something that you had to see. Because me personally, that is something that I've never seen before in any stadium that I've been in, as far as, you know, just looking at how the fanfare, everybody just came together when, you know, a song or something like that came on. I mean, Sweet Caroline come on. I mean, everybody gonna start singing that. But I'm just saying, when you heard that mashup of Coach Deion Sanders talk about who ain't swag, I ain't swag. I'm like, it just got, it was chaotic. I'm gonna just say that. But the one thing I'll say is this, that Alabama State right now, they're coming into Jackson State to play Jackson State Tigers for homecoming with a 2-3 overall record. They're 1-2 in the conference. Excuse me, yeah, they're 1-2 in the conference right now. Now, coming off that win against Bethune-Cookman, hey, I keep telling y'all, Bethune-Cookman is not an easy way. Look, Jackson State, I believe, scored 22 points against Bethune-Cookman. Alabama State scored 21. What does that tell you? Bethune-Cookman is on the uptick. We're gonna talk about them in another video because I gotta give them their flowers as well, because they're definitely, you know, playing some great ball over there. They're starting to put it together. But I'll say this: looking at what the Hornets were able to do, they're still trying to fine-tune that offense. They're trying to find the identity of that offense. Because remember, they lost a lot of key athletes over there last season to the transfer portal. I mean, right now you have D. Davis, who is the second leading rusher on the team by, he's the second leading rusher on the team. I think he rushed the ball. He got 200 yards rushing the ball, but the crazy part about it is the leading rusher only has 203 yards rushing the ball. So what does that tell you? Right now, they're trying to find an identity as far as who's going to run the ball for the team. Not only that, but they're running a 2-quarterback system in which you have Damon Stewart and Demetrius Davis, both underneath center, trying to run that Hornets offense. Now, on the season, Stewart has thrown the ball 72 times, completing 44 for 568 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. While Davis has thrown the ball 61 times, completing 42 for 413 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Now, losing Crowley and losing Merritt to the transfer portal, that was a very big blow for the team. And not only that, but now you have a couple of receivers that are not there as well. I think they may be one or two may be hurt, but I think there's one that did leave and go into the transfer portal also. So it's just like, what's really going on here as far as how are they going to put this offense together, you know, week in and week out to keep teams off balance as far as what they're looking to run. Now I say this, the Jackson State Tigers defense would definitely need to make sure they pay close attention to D. Davis when he's in the pocket, when he drops back in the pocket and there's no receivers open. D. Davis is one that will take off and run the ball more so than Stewart will. As I stated before, Davis is the second leading rusher on the team. Stewart is more so a pocket passer, which he's going to try to find that open receiver to get that ball down the field to him to continue to keep trying to get as much as they can as far as what the defense will allow them to get on plays. And if they're able to go ahead and throw that long ball down the field, that young man has no problem with letting that ball go and throw it down the field to keep them chains moving or possibly put points up on the board. One thing I say is this: the defense for Jackson State will definitely need to make sure that they don't allow the lanes to open up for Davis to get loose and run rampant out there on the field, because that is what he's looking to do. If Davis rolls out to that left side, you guys better make sure somebody is there holding that side, keeping him from getting outside and getting up the field and go, because that's what he's going to look to do. You want to keep him in the middle of the field, making sure that he does not find those lanes to get up the field and then get outside and run. So trust and believe, Jackson State defensive front, y'all got to make sure y'all handle y'all business and do what you need to do from there. But the Hornets definitely going to look to target Keyshawn Johnson on that offense when it comes to a receiving standpoint. They do have other receivers on the Hornets team in Johnson, Isaiah Scott, and Asa Gregg, who are also, I said Johnson being Keyshawn Johnson, Isaiah Scott, and Asa Gregg are their 3 main receivers out there on the field. But Keyshawn Johnson is that guy. And trust me when I say, if you put that ball up in the area where that young man is even close to that ball, he's going to find a way to get to that pass that's being thrown to make a play. That young man is a gamer. I got to give him his props on that. This young man, like I stated before, if you put it up in the area, he's going to go get it. So Guthrie, Wiggins, and the other defensive backs for the Jackson State Tigers football team, you guys got to keep your heads on the swivel, making sure you know where the Hornets receivers are at all times, preventing them from, making big plays out there on the field in the passing game. So that's going to definitely be something that everybody's going to need to pay a close. That's going to be something that's going to be paid close attention to as well. Jackson State offensive line. You guys are going to need to make sure that you account for where Colson is out there on the field, because this young man has really cultivated his game as far as making sure that he's sharpening all of the tools up that's in his toolbox, making sure his overall game is something that's going to be watched not only on this level, but people are going to take a look at him, hopefully wanting to have him come play at the next level, because this young man is now dropping back into coverage, making sure that he's able to disrupt passes that's being thrown by quarterbacks, letting them know, hey, look, you got to account for me out here on this field. Now, yes, he does have another linebacker out there on the field with him that plays that position. I believe DeMarcus Cunningham. He would definitely take off and blitz if Colson is getting ready to drop back. Colson is getting ready to drop back in coverage, making sure that they're able to have a balance on that defense to just disrupt whatever it is that Jackson State's looking to do out there on the field. Mulligan, Moultrie, Miller, definitely y'all gonna expect some physical play from the Alabama State defense, especially when running that ball out there on the field, because they're looking to come out there and strip that ball from you guys while you're running the ball, because they want to have extra opportunities for the offense to get out there on the field and try to put points up on the board. If there's a way that they can go and strip that ball for you on your side of the field, preventing you from moving that ball, and they're able to recover, they're looking to do that to give themselves a short field for them to keep putting points up on the board. So Jackson State got to keep in mind protection of the ball is key. Brown definitely got to make sure he's reading everything out there on the field, especially trying to figure out where the linebackers are, if they drop back into coverage, or if they have come down into the line of scrimmage looking to sag back. Once he go ahead and set himself up to throw passes, to get into those throwing lanes to try to pick off passes that he's looking to throw. Now, Jackson State definitely will look to open up their passing game against the Hornets defense, because you got Powers, Stevens, Duke Miller, Spencer, and McCray, who's looking for passes to be thrown out there to them in this game. Like I said, the Hornets defensive backs will definitely need to make sure that they pay close attention as well to those athletes that Jackson State have out there on the field, because Burgess, Maddox, and Jackson anchoring that Hornets defense, there's going to be a lot on them, especially if they allow Powers and Maddox and I forgot Seven McGee. If Seven McGee get out there and he's a mismatch to any of those guys out there on the field, it's going to be a long day for Alabama State in this game. I totally forgot about Seven McGee. Forgive me, Seven McGee. I forgot about you, brother. But I had to go ahead and get you in there to make sure that the commentary is on point. But yes, Seven McGee gets himself open in this game. Like I said, this young man got 3 touchdowns. 2 in the last game, and I think he had 1 in the game previously. This young man is beginning to hit stride. So that is going to be a mismatch nightmare as well for Alabama State in this game. So I'm wondering if they're going to go 2 safety high in this game, or if they're going to go ahead and stick with the 1 safety and let him roam from sideline to sideline. If they go 2 safety high in this game, Brown should be able to find the Jackson State receivers within those different gaps of the Hornets defense to keep throwing passes down the field to open Jackson State Tigers receivers. But this is going to be a good matchup between these 2 teams, seeing how the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators for both teams position their athletes out there on the field to make plays for their team. One thing I'll say is this: the pressure, Jackson State is looking to keep the pressure on FAMU by continuing to keep winning every week. But the one thing is, Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. is looking to come in and play spoiler big time in this, because not only is it Jackson State homecoming game, but if the Hornets can come in there and sneak a win from Jackson State in Jackson, that may very well end all hopes of Jackson State possibly playing for a 3rd consecutive SWAC championship, giving FAMU that relax, give them, that little comfort as far as them just going ahead and playing on out for the remainder of the season, not having to worry about anybody being, breathing down their neck in case they may lose a game or so. So we're going to see how all of this turns out. Leave your comments below. Let me know your score predictions on who you think is going to win this game. Hey, Coach, trying to buy lunch. We still ain't bought lunch yet. Nobody has got the scores right as of yet. So let's make sure we go ahead and get that together and keep things pushing and going forward. But guys, I love you all, man. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the well wishes. Thank you for continuing to uplift me, man. I appreciate this. My family and I appreciate it. But guys, Coach, gonna go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.